I've tried my best to give the different perspectives because I know still very few Africans are exposed to Chinese culture. Very few Africans understand how Chinese political system works. We still have the old narratives that we read and we've heard about China. So those of us who've had an experience and an opportunity to visit and to live and experience China, I think I've tried my best to showcase that and also to see the world from a different perspective in terms of what China is, what it intends to do, and how it manages its development. So it is an ongoing process, but I think we are still in the process of demystifying China and understanding China for what it is rather than what people want it to be seen as. It's a very important moment for us to reflect on our own development path. There are a lot of lessons to learn from China's development in the last 75 years. And for me, my main reflection is how a country managed to understand its situations, plan and execute and move out of poverty, underdevelopment, domination and things like that. So I think it is a moment for us to learn, reflect, and also learn and also see that it is possible for us to replicate, not necessarily the way the Chinese do it, but our own way and embrace our own ideas going forward. We should not underestimate our capabilities. We must embrace our culture. Every culture has knowledge that has been built for several years, over generations, and every culture is relevant for development. I think that is the main lesson that we must take from China. They didn't try to copy anyone, so we shouldn't copy China and we shouldn't copy the West. I think we should derive those lessons and try to perceive development as contextual coming from within so that we are able to push our development going forward. So I will emphasize culture because we tend to believe that culture is about dressing, foods, and language, but then culture is wider than that. It speaks to the work ethic, it speaks to self-confidence, it speaks to planning and executing. So that is where our focus should be from my perspective.